2 mega signings? What does it all mean for the sport? We get into that next. Please help us hit 10,000 subscribers. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Friday's Check Hook. Big news in the sport. 2 top 5 pound-for-pound guys signed big deals. Terence Crawford re-signs with Top Rank, and Alexander Usyk signs with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. First off, let's start with Terence Crawford. He's the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Former lightweight champ, former undisputed 140-pound champ, and current WBO 147-pound world champ. Resigns a multi-year deal with Top Rank. The details aren't known right now. They haven't been released to the media. They haven't been discussed. And look, I don't mind other people's business, and I certainly don't mind their pockets. I'm not paying for Crawford's kids to grow up, right? I'm not paying for his bills, right? So I'm not telling him who to sign with. I'm not telling him about his business, a business that, the boxing business is filthy, dirty business, okay? If Crawford feels comfortable with Top Rank, then you do you, bud. That being said, look, Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He really doesn't get treated that way. Think about it. There's kind of a torch, right? Like, you go back, and it used to be a heavyweight torch. Guys like Tyson and Holyfield had it, and they got $30 million a fight. Then Oscar took that torch from the heavyweights and passed it to, like, the welterweight division, right? And Oscar held it, and he made massive money, and then he passed it to Pac and Mayweather ran with it, and he made unheard of amount of money. I mean, unprecedented amount of money. And then now you have Terence Crawford. He's kind of he's the best fighter in the world right now. That is what it is. And there's 2 ways to look at it. First, he made $3 million to fight Jeff Horn. Okay, like that's good money, $3 million. That's more than most fighters are making. But when you're the best fighter in the world, is that really a lot of money? I mean, we just talked about what the other best fighters in the world made. And Terence Crawford is as good as those guys. Terence Crawford is the real deal. This version of Terence Crawford beats a prime Manny Pacquiao, right? The Pacquiao that beat Margarito and Clottey and Cotto and those guys. This Terence Crawford beats that Manny Pacquiao. And let the debates begin. So why is Crawford not getting treated like the superstar that he is? And I know you guys have $3 million, and that's good money. It ain't 20, it ain't 30. Why is he not making Canelo money, or Anthony Joshua money, or De La Hoya money, or Pacquiao money, or Floyd money, right? Like, why is he making a tiny fraction of that? Look, again, maybe Top Rank made him a sweet offer. Maybe he trusts Top Rank and he thinks that they're going to take his career to that next monetary level. Or at least he knows that, he trusts Bob Arum, which seems hard to believe. I don't know, right? But he's fighting Jesse Benavidez next. Who cares? I mean, I'm sorry. He's fighting Jose Benavidez next. Who cares, right? I mean, really, it's a homecoming fight. He's fighting in Nebraska. It is what it is. It's hard to believe he's making more for a fight with Benavidez than he would with any of Al's guys. It's a fight with, and after Jose Benavidez, where does he go after that? Like, there's no one else on the Top Rank stable. So Pacquiao, but he's not on the Top Rank stable anymore. He's on his own. I mean, where do you go with this? It's hard to believe. And again, I'm not his accountant. I don't mind his pocket. So Terence Crawford, if this is the best bet for you, then you do you. Simple and plain. But when you got to ask yourself, is fighting Jose Benavidez really more profitable than going over to Al and being able to fight whoever you want? Any of the top names at 47, right? Obviously, Errol Spence needs an opponent. Why wasn't that fight made? Manny Pacquiao needs an opponent. Why wasn't that fight made? Those would be much bigger paydays for you than would anything Bob Arum has to offer you, especially Jose Benavidez. I mean, he just doesn't have the guys. At 147, 140, he just doesn't have the names there, right? So I don't know who you think you're going to fight, but I mean, maybe he offered you such a sweet deal, which we don't know the terms of, that it's like, okay, well, I'm getting paid, so I have to worry about my pocket. It seems like the bigger paydays would be on the Al Heyman side, right? Like Porter Garcia winner, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, if Keith Thurman ever fights again, which he may not. But even guys like Jesse Vargas and Adrian Broner would be bigger paydays. They would be bigger checks to you than Jose Benavidez, I would imagine. And I don't know what they offered you, so I can't say that definitively. But, I mean, you guys tell me. What's a bigger payday? What do you think sells more tickets? What do you think draws more viewers? Terence Crawford versus Adrian Broner? Terence Crawford versus Jesse Vargas? Or Terence Crawford versus a guy you've never heard of named Jose Benavidez? Right? Which one does bigger numbers? Which one makes more money? And those are the worst names. Those are the smallest names on Al Heyman's stable that he could throw at him. So how does this make sense? Right? How come he didn't make a fight with Pacquiao? How come he didn't even try to make a fight with Spence? Spence is not fighting Mikey Garcia. That fight's off. So Spence needs an opponent. Terence Crawford needs an opponent. They're the two best guys in the same weight class. Why was there not a discussion had? Pacquiao needs an opponent. Why is there not a discussion being had? Bro, why did you just put him in the ring with Jose Benavidez? Yeah, and I'm torn on the Jose Benavidez fight, right? Like, I'm actually excited to see Bud fight anyone. I'm just excited to see him step in the ring. He's a special, unique talent. The best fighter in the world. No doubt. Why is Jose Benavidez getting this fight? Like, think about it. Why is Jose Benavidez getting a shot at the number one pound-for-pound best fighter in the world? Like, what has he done to earn that shot? The best name on Benavidez' resume is Mauricio Herrera, and that was 4 years ago. I mean, this is going to be a one-sided fight. Well, I'd imagine Crawford stops him probably late 8th, 9th, 10th round, something like that. Crawford, he doesn't lose a round. He dominates people for 3 minutes of every round until he stops them. This is going to be no different, right? Look, it's not like Al Heyman fighters complain about the size of their checks. Oh, I'm getting ripped off by Al Heyman. They're making pretty solid money, and we know there's backroom checks and stuff too, so they're making even more than what's being disclosed. We know that. So I have to think, a fight with even, like I said, Broner Vargas is a much bigger payday than Jesse Benavidez. So again, I don't know what Top Rank offered him. I'm sure it was good, but it just seems for the short term and the long term, your best interest isn't to stay in Top Rank, but is Bud really being treated like the best fighter in the world? I mean, obviously, I don't think so, but let me know what you guys think. Terence Crawford, you know how I think he's a unique fighter. I think he's a special fighter. I think he's the best fighter of this current generation, the post-Mayweather generation. Is he being treated that way? Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts, comments below. And I'm not asking you to mind his pocket, but was this the right decision for Terence Crawford, in your opinion? Let me know. Leave that all in the comments section below. Please remember to like and subscribe. Also, undisputed cruiserweight world champion Alexander Usyk, who has emerged as one of boxing's pound-for-pound best, has signed a promotional deal with Matchroom Boxing, which will co-promote him with longtime promoter K2 Promotions. It's a significant signing for Eddie Hearn and the Matchroom world to have Usyk on their roster. It's good because Hearn has a stable of heavyweights and Tony Bellew. And the plan for Usyk, one would think, is to fight Bellew and then move to heavyweight. I think that's the plan, at least. I mean, what else is there for him to do at cruiserweight, especially with that tournament going on and every other notable name being used up for the next, whatever that takes, year or so. So you would imagine Usyk's plan is to fight Bellew. It would be a good payday. It would introduce him to a UK market, and then Hearn has a stable of heavyweights. That would ultimately Dillian White, which would ultimately lead up to Anthony Joshua, one might think. Right? If you can go through Bellew and Big Baby and all these guys and ultimately get to Anthony Joshua, that would be a mega fight. The problem with the contract with Eddie Hearn is The fight that I really want to see is Usyk versus Wilder. Where I picked Usyk to win, I said Usyk would school him. He'd beat him every round. He'd embarrass him. You guys laughed, mocked me, whatever. So I really want to see Usyk versus Wilder so I can prove all y'all wrong. That fight got further away. It's less likely to happen now than it was before he signed this contract, right? Look, Eddie Hearn is not a reputable person, right? He gave all of his terms to Deontay Wilder. Wilder agreed to all those terms, and then they didn't make the fight. They dragged him along for months and months and months, thinking the fight was going to happen, and then the whole time they were in talks with Povetkin. So if I'm Deontay Wilder, I would never work with Eddie Hearn again. Just out of principle. I don't care if he offered me $1 billion. I don't believe him. I'm not working with him. So there's that, right? And I can't blame Wilder. I would do the same thing. I would not work with him. Somebody drags you along and scumbags you like that, don't work with them. You know, it's just out of principle. So the fight that I really want to see, Usyk and Wilder, just got less likely to ever happen. And I've said before, I think Usyk will be the next great heavyweight champion. I know a lot of you guys love Wilder or AJ. I think they're both good. I think they're both flawed, and I think they're both beatable. We don't know about Tyson Fury yet. Let's see how he looks, and let's go from there. But Usyk, we know. Usyk's 31. He's in his prime. There's nothing not to like about Usyk. He is tremendously skilled. The hand speed, the footwork, the combination punching, the punch output, the relentlessness, the footwork. I mean, he's it, right? It'd be hard pressed. Could Joshua beat him? Joshua would have a sizable size advantage, a noticeable size advantage, a big size, probably 30 pounds on him, right? Because I would think Usyk is probably in that 215 to 220 range. Is what he would walk into. So that makes him, about the same size as Wilder, maybe a few pounds smaller. So Wilder wouldn't have a big size advantage, right? So you have the ultimate highly skilled Usyk, the incredibly skilled, incredibly gifted, talented Usyk against Windmill. Well, without a noticeable size advantage, Usyk schools him. I don't know why this is difficult to understand for people. I know there's Wilder fanboys, and I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to everyone else. The objective boxing fans. Usyk schools Wilder. This is not hard to take in. This is not hard to comprehend. You can't look at two guys, say, okay, they're about the same size, within a couple of pounds of each other, which they are. One guy is masterfully skilled, tremendously skilled. The other guy is a windmill. Who's going to win? Obviously, the skilled boxer is going to win. That's not just coming from me, who always picks the boxer pretty much, but this is just like normal common sense. Right? You just look at the two, and Usyk's better. Now, Joshua, I think Usyk's a better boxer than Joshua. Joshua would have a 30-pound advantage over him. But that would make me lean maybe towards Joshua, although I would not count Usyk out of such a fight. But 30 pounds is a lot to overcome. I mean, guys like Holyfield and stuff did it, yeah. That's a special fighter. Is Usyk special? He's special. His skills are special, but is his heart and all that special? We don't know that yet. There's only one way to answer that, and that's put him in the ring. So there's things I don't like anyone signing with Eddie Hearn because I don't like Eddie Hearn, but this makes sense for both parties. I just wish that he would fight Wilder next, right? So let me know what you think about the Usyk signing. Let me know what you think about my opinion on Usyk amongst the heavyweights. Leave all your thoughts, comments below. Let us know what you think. For Fridays, check Hook. This is 3D Boxing saying thank you and God bless.
Enjoy 3D Boxing vlog videos? Show us some love by clicking the like button. Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3dboxingvlog.com is also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.